The Central Division comes to a head here as SFL Week 10 continues right here at Trick Jerseys Field at Northwood Stadium, I should say, at St. Paul, Minnesota. The Minnesota Legends on a 4-game win streak. They host to the Denver Nightwings, who are trying to keep their plight for the Central Division title alive. Denver as well, trying to secure their best finish to a season since all the way back in season 18, and furthermore back to season 16 when they last won the title, staring down the prospect of a winning record. Alongside me to unpack what should be one of the games of the weekend is none other than DJ Kilgannon. DJ, what are your keys to the matchup tonight?
Thanks for the warm welcome, Jacob. And, you know, in this one, it's really going to come down to a battle of defenses, in my opinion. You've got Denver on one side, who I think pretty easily has the best rushing attack in the SFL as of right now. Just a two-headed monster in their backfield. And on the other side, Minnesota, they have such a balanced offensive attack. Colin Hart been playing phenomenal all season. Great passing attack, and I think it's going to come down to whatever defense can really just show up and make a stand.
This kickoff will not be returned by Dylan Lewis. This Denver offense led out by quarterback Trellis Blanton, for head coach Michael Goodman, the backfield Dwayne Salmons and Bailey O'Shaughnessy, the fullback Ari Mills, Jay Viper, Logan Keel, Jeremy Mosley, Dylan Lewis, and Mikey Sango, the receivers, the brothers Gene Benazzi and Igor Barbatov, with Marcella Martin make up the contracted offensive line. First play for Denver, handoff at the middle to Ari Mills, gets 6 yards on that play. DJ, the highlight of this Denver season is the rushing backfield. The splits are frankly ridiculous. 121 carries for Dwayne Salmons, who crossed over from Louisiana in the offseason, and 120 for the two-time All-Star in Bailey O'Shaughnessy. The team in the league can boast a real 1A, 1B combo. That Denver does, that one's blown up at the line of scrimmage. First carry for one of the backs is absolutely lit up there by Matthew Alvarado, and it'll be a 3rd and 4 upcoming.
And if they're going to stop this running attack, there's no one that's going to have a bigger say in it than Matthew Alvarado. First in the league in tackles for loss coming into the week. He is going to be a huge highlight on that defense.
Travis Blanton will throw on 3rd down. Had a target. Alvarado there to break it up. And back-to-back plays from a man who, as you mentioned, is in Defensive Player of the Season conversations. It's his 6th season in the league, 3rd with the Legend. And 2 big plays there on 2nd and 3rd down to ultimately force Jordan Bradshaw under the field for the first time today. And he will punt this one away to the returner at the back. One of 4 receivers on the depth chart for Minnesota. Now the return on the outside, broke a tackle, was Queg Mam, and she will get it up into Denver territory, and that's where this Minnesota offense will jump out for head coach Axel Raven, quarterback Johnny Reno, with Isaac Knox and Colin Hart in the backfield. Rob Henson Jr., Minnesota's best athlete, is the fullback. The receivers, Queg Mam, Deezer Powell, Jay Taylor, EJ Minchin, and Jason France. The offensive line, Brookie Burr, Axel Raven, Carly Forge, Griffin King, and Ruthie Raven at the center position. Handy start for Minnesota. They get the quick 3 and out and now start immediately in Denver Nightwings territory for their opening drive. We have only a minute taken off the clock. Henson motioned outside. 3 receivers. They're going to run it up the middle with Colin Hart, who is jammed up at the line of scrimmage and will not get anything on that play. Denver sent the house and got the result.
I really like that play call there. You know, it didn't work out, but, you know, you had the extra defensive, player on the edge of the weak side of the line of scrimmage, so the shift over that fullback to try and shift focus to the strong side of the line, and just didn't work out.
Another double blitz from Denver. That time Minnesota gets the run game through as Isaac Knox collects 6. They sent both of the linebackers there at the line of scrimmage, and Isaac Knox just got it popped out on the upper side and got a decent chunky yardage. Denver now finding themselves on defensively the same place that their offense was a minute ago, with a 3rd and 4. Reno will throw. That's incomplete. Another good coverage play. Couldn't quite find Jason France, the first pass attempt from Reno. And John Martin there to make sure that was basically carbon copy of the first drive from Denver.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, Jacob. And You know, we talked about how it's going to come down to which of these defenses are going to stand up. And, that the 2 drives took just about 2 minutes off the clock. There's a lot of ball left to be played, but as far as those first drives go, both of these guys came to play.
Well, Sasquatch Mickey Melillo punts that one away, and Denver get the ball back pretty much as quickly as they lost it. And we'll introduce this Minnesota defense. Angela Meerkat, Mark Mello, who's on stats with us tonight as well. Chloe Meerkat and Max Knight make up the defensive line. Matthew Alvarado, Stephen Black, and Stefan Forge against his former club make up the linebacking core. Secondary after this play here with a bunch formation to the right, handoff to the left. And that's going to be blown up at the line of scrimmage. Alvarado involved again, along with Sleen Shady, who's one of 3 safeties on this depth chart, with Jubilee Marsh and Derek Meerkat, the 3 corners of David Leathers, Nicholas Frossel, and Johnny Bravo. Only a yard gain there on the opening carry of the drive for O'Shaughnessy. And Denver will abandon the run game for this play here on 2nd and 9. Drop back from Struthers. Blanton, rather. Long throw, it's caught! Out past the 45. Early target for Jeremy Mosley, and the veteran gets the first down.
Yeah, a ton of time for Blanton to look for a receiver downfield. The O-line gave him a ton of time. No one even near him. Waits for those deep routes to develop and hits him right between the zones, right between the safeties. And there was another route on the outside that helped bait that safety over and left that one wide open.
Good start for Trellis Blanton. He's now 1 of 2. And that one gets them up towards the halfway stripe. O'Shaughnessy in the backfield here. Mills off to the right. Draw play up the middle. Bailey O'Shaughnessy got past one. Again, Alvarado there to make the tackle. That's his 3rd in just 3 minutes of play here. And only a 2-yard gain on that occasion. And now with Salmons in the backfield on the interchange. 3 wide plus a tight end. Blanton will throw. Got rushed. Overthrew that one. The pressure enough to force Blanton into just over hitting Logan Keel. And it'll be a 3rd down and long upcoming.
Yeah, you spelled it. That pressure in the face of Trellis Blanton. I know that had to be scary. Don't blame him for a little ill-advised throw there, but see if they can rebalance on 3rd minute.
Trips to the left-hand side. Blanton will throw. It's caught by Keel. Broke a tackle, but finished just shy of the line to gain. And Minnesota gets a hold there. Stefan Forge getting a tackle on that occasion. He spent 7 seasons in the league, multiple with Denver prior to his 4th season here with the legend. Was part of the San Diego Mavericks as well at one point. This one punted away, 18 yards away from the goal line, and met straight away. Good punt coverage by Denver. But 3 punts to start this game. It feels like the offenses just haven't quite settled into the contest yet.
Yeah, you got to kind of find your footing, and it's kind of a really balanced attack right now for both squads. We've seen them run the rock and had good success. We've seen them try and pass and not have as much success. I think it's just going to be trying to find a happy medium.
3 wide here for Minnesota. Handoff up the middle. Hart got nothing on his opening carry. Got 4 on the 2nd. And Denver. It's interesting that both of these defenses very good against the run. Minnesota's been top 5 in that category for 3 straight seasons. Denver, meanwhile, having one of their best seasons in terms of rushing defense. Both teams also very known for their rushing attacks. The 2 backs here in Minnesota just as notable as the other 2 on the other side of the field here.
Yep.
And they will go back to Knox here, the bigger body of the 2, but they're going to throw it. Reno, that's overthrown. Lucas DeVore was back there and had his hands up for it, but it dropped it. A little bit too much pepper on it by Johnny Reno, in fact, was the saving grace there on that occasion.
Yeah, like you said, just a little bit too much pepper on that chicken. The safety unable to haul it in. That would have been a huge play for Denver, but Reno just kind of overshot the receiver there.
And he'll have to throw again here on 3rd down. Reno will run. He's lost the foot. Picked up by Denver. What about the hands in the middle there by Tank Bennett to take it away?
Wow, what a turn of events. You go from missing the interception to recovering the fumble. Reno, I love the thought, tries and scrambles. But you're a quarterback, not a running back. Try and get down, and he didn't. And he got hit. The ball came out, and Denver took advantage.
Knocked out by 37, Ted Haynes picked up by 27 in Tank Bennett, two of the veterans on this defense, and this is by far the best starting field position of the game for either side. The first turnover, and we've had, 5 drives in 5 minutes here so far. It's changing like the weather at the moment. Hand off at the middle. That's not going to get anything blown up at the line of scrimmage there, as Stephon Forge gets another tackle next to his name.
Yeah, I think this these first few drives are already dictating how crucial these linebackers are going to be for Minnesota in stopping this run game.
Single back now off to the left. Toss play outside to Salmons, broke the tackle of Forge. Alvarado trying to pursue him, got him out of bounds, but had to win. Salmons with the best carry so far of the contest, gets that one out and 15 yards away from the Minnesota goal line.
Yeah, and that's what these guys here in Denver do. They are going to break tackles more often than not. If you're unable to swarm helmets to the ball as fast as you can, we're going to see runs like that continuously from both of these guys.
Single back again, O'Shaughnessy back in the frame here. Minnesota showing some pressure on the top side there. Alvarado as well could rush. They've rushed him before. Drop back, it backs away. Blanton's got time. And Alvarado threw up a hand and could not get it to one of the safeties at the back there. It looked like Jubilee Marsh might have had a shot at it, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, and I think the blitz stunt really worked in their favor. We saw those linebackers kind of pushing up to the line, tweaking a little bit to rush at the quarterback, and they fell back in coverage, and it resulted in a huge play from Alvarado.
Second down and 10 now. Angela Meerkat is angled off to the right-hand side. We'll see if she can get into the backfield here. Rush, Blanton will throw. That time has a wide-open man, Marquis Sango. And Denver have the opening score of the game.
Yeah, and it is going to be hard for a defense to make a stop in that scenario. You have one safety up top in the middle of the field, and you have a few receivers who can take the deep routes. Quarterback is able to find that route right up the middle, just right in the hole of the zone. Nothing else you can do besides that. And Denver, they continue their streak this season of not converting, so far this season, Denver has not scored since they've entered the red zone at all in the season. Every time they make it to the red zone, they score. And they continue that streak right now. If they get in that red zone, they are lethal.
There you go. That's a killer stat there, and worth noting as well. That's just a matchup problem. Playing the matchups there. Marquis Sango 6'6", 230 was one-on-one with Derek Meerkat, who's 5'11", 215. You're always going to win that one 9 times out of 10. Minnesota to try and respond here. Return from Minson. Up past the 20. Quick man on the return. Injury on the field. One of the Denver backups has gone down, and we'll quickly run through the Denver defense here since we didn't get to that before. Gerald Cumbus, Hugo Reynoso, Logan Gardner, the birthday boy, and Joseph Sabolka make up the defensive line. Chuck Diesel, Jimmy Burgat, Luis Quintana, and John Martin make up the linebacking core. Luke Schreiner, Ted Haynes, Parker Thomas, Lucas DeVore, and Tank Bennett, the 5-way secondary for this Denver unit. Reno, handoff, right-hand side. Hart blown up behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to say he got back there. Not sure about that one, as the call was made there. Right up at the line of scrimmage by Chuck Diesel. Plenty of veteran experience across this defense here in Denver. Now with spread receivers. Appears to be Hart again in the backfield. They're going to motion a receiver across. And Deezer Powell, who's now in that right-hand slot. Hand off straight up the middle. Hart got ball room. This time made a man miss. DeVore as well. Couldn't quite get to him. And Colin Hart's got 12 and a first down.
What a run on that one. It looked like Hart was going to maybe take it to the outside, and then he puts a hard foot in the ground and bounces it back upfield, bouncing off a few tackles like a pinball before he fights his way for a first down. What a great run there.
He gave Tank Bennett, who had that fumble recovery on the last Minnesota drive, something to think about there. And he made DeVore miss as well. 2 tackle bust on that play from Colin Hart. Now Isaac Knox up the middle, gets 3. And Minnesota continue with the ground game. So the turnover came from the hands of Johnny Reno when he made the decision to rush on the 3rd down and long. Trying to protect the ball here. This Denver defense early in the season especially was elite at takeaways. And they lead the league in turnover differential. Another run for Hart. Again got through that secondary there and gets a good chunky yardage. Bennett that time didn't miss and stops him a yard shy of the 1st down.
Now, that was just such an impressive run. Denver had 9 people in the box that time, Jacob, and still able to find enough room up the middle to get a big chunky yardage.
Repeat that look here on defense again. Did he get there? Oh, Isaac Knox rolls the shoulder over. Rob Henson Jr. gets the 1st down on his opening carry. Huge run from the fullback.
Yeah, just barreling his way over defenders, rolling over Jimmy Burgett to push his way past for the 1st down, and those are the type of runs you love to see from your big fullback.
With a fresh set of downs there inside Denver territory for the 2nd time today. Another run blown up at the line of scrimmage for only a yard there as Diesel involved again. So these 2 former Revs teammates in Diesel and Tank Bennett both basically tag teaming this run game at the moment. Now with a pro set here, tight end off to the right-hand side, single back. And, oh, God, goodness me, Chuck Diesel nearly had that, and it fell through in the end to find the intended receiver in E.J. Minson, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and short.
Yeah, that one was looking risky. Threw it right between the defenders there. It was looking really close there for a second, Jacob, but just barely threaded the needle.
3rd down and short. Henson had the last carry in this situation. This time they'll give it to Colin Hart. Breaks the line of scrimmage and gets the 1st down. Had plenty of pressure up front there, Denver, but couldn't get the hold.
Yeah, and Denver stacked that weak side pretty hard, expecting maybe a run towards it or towards the middle, but they got the exact opposite. Shifted over that fullback and ran it to the strong side, and I mean, it just gave them just enough room to push past for the 1st down.
And off straight up the middle that time. It's blown up at the line of scrimmage. Denver gets a response. It feels like they're just trading blows at the moment there. John Martin gets that tackle. And Minnesota getting all 3 of the backs involved. It's got 7. Knox has 3. And Henson had that 1 carry on the previous possession. Oh, Hart bounces out of a tackle from Haynes. Hart's got open room. Only one to beat. Colin Hart spun. Got all the way home. Colin Hart takes it all the way to the house.
And Jacob, as they say in Minnesota, that run right there was all Hart. What a tough run from Colin Hart. Barreling into the defender, bouncing off him like he wasn't even there. And nothing but that green Minnesota grass in front of him to cross the end zone.
I want to give credit there to Hugo Reynosa and Logan Gardner, who both kind of ran backwards there when the secondary wasn't, and almost made the play there, but a crucial late block there ensured that Hart took that one all the way home. Our statisticians, Ron Haynes and Mark Mello, call it a 35-yard touchdown. Mark Mello's throwing his fist in the air. He's happy with that one, and so are the Minnesota faithful here at Northwood Stadium. Minnesota kick back away. We've had plenty of possessions in this opening quarter, and now 2 scoring drives from both sides. And this matchup is starting to develop in what we hoped and thought it would be here early on.
Yeah, I mean, battle of titans of the Central right now, Jacob. I mean, these guys are going to be battling it out for who's going to win that division come the end of this season. And right now, this game is going to be a huge deciding factor in that outcome.
The receiver now motioned across. There's 4 stacks down the bottom for Blanton. He was pressured, throws. It's incomplete. Keel under plenty of pressure there from David Leathers, and he couldn't come up with it.
Really nice play there from the corner. They brought down the middle linebacker to help on the blitz and kind of left the pass game a little bit open, but the corner not letting anything go, not easily at least.
Set eye here, 3 receivers for Blanton to potentially throw to. He's going to motion Jay Viper down into the slot. Roll out from Blanton. Plenty of time. Throws across, is caught by Mosley past the 35. Jeremy Mosley's got 2 now, and he's starting to really announce his authority in the contest.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a route. Just, you kind of make it a decision for Alvarado. You have 2 people, run past each other in his zone, and he's got to choose. He made the wrong choice there, and QB was able to find the open man.
Second quarter action. That felt like the longest first quarter in SFL history. There was a stack of possessions there, 6 in fact. 2 of them were scoring drives. This is the 7th of the game already. And it's turning into a very entertaining contest here towards the back end of SFL Week 10 of Season 24. And up at the middle, that's O'Shaughnessy. He will get 4 on that carry. And Denver have run the ball less than Minnesota has, which feels like it's going against what we sort of expected today, but you can't really fault either of these game plans just yet.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Denver, I'm sure down the stretch is going to try and involve him as much as they can.
Salmons outside. He's got past 1, call it 2, got through to Leathers, but Leathers didn't miss him. And a very good carry from Dwayne Salmons. That's his second best of the evening so far, and he doubles his rushing total now. He's got 20 on 3 touches.
And what a block there from the pulling guard, laying a crazy block onto the linebacker there, clearing plenty of space for the runner to make their way to the outside, and yeah, that made that play.
O'Shaughnessy back out there now. He's had more carries in this contest, but getting to stick into that 1-2 split. And right up the middle. No, not happening. There on that occasion, he's dumped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1.
And you're not going to see that too many times from this Denver rushing attack, but Minnesota has the squad to do it certainly, and now they're certainly going to class with the formation now.
Full wide for Blanton to throw to. Got rushed. It's picked! Intercepted by David Leathers, who's made a few plays back-to-back now in this contest, and that's the first turnover from a Denver perspective, and Minnesota have got the football back.
As that play was developing, Jacob, I was kind of questioning, the defensive play call for Minnesota, because if you looked to that, top side of the formation, there was so much open room right in front of those wide receivers. The corners were playing so deep on them, but clearly that's why I'm not a defensive coordinator, because David Leathers just snagged that interception out of the air and turned the tide for Minnesota.
Now with 3 wide to open up the drive here for Minnesota. And up the middle. Oh, Hart nearly blown up. He did, in fact, get blown up right at the line of scrimmage. Lucas DeVore gets one back there after a couple of misses on the last possession against that man there. It was an opportunity for a potential loss of 3 or 4, and Colin Hart made it into a net negative there, and will stay out here for the second down play. Three wide for Reno to throw to. Short drop back. He's surely gone. He is. Loses 2 yards there on that occasion as Hugo takes him down.
Golly, Hugo just put his entire weight onto Johnny Reno. My goodness, that had to have hurt. Oh, what a play there by the defensive line from Denver, completely smothering the pocket of Johnny Reno.
First sack of the game from either side here. And it puts Minnesota under some pressure here, potentially falling out after the turnover. That's turnover again! And they throw it straight back to Denver. And it's taken away there by Parker Thomas. And Denver have got the football back inside Minnesota territory.
Wow, Parker Thomas taking full advantage of the pressure brought from Gerald Cumbus, who was about to spear Johnny Reno if he held onto that ball any longer, but he didn't, and it resulted in an interception for Denver, and now they're going to take it back the other way. Wow, what a turn of events right now, Jacob.
Minnesota failed to score off the back of the turnover, and now Denver have got an opportunity to reclaim the lead. And up outside, Bailey O'Shaughnessy gets a yard. There is, again, Matthew Alvarado really all over this matchup at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, coming into this game, Denver was lowest in the league in turnovers, for their offense. So if you're Minnesota and you can cause some more turnovers like you just did, it's going to be huge.
Throw, it's caught! Logan Keel has been a little bit short of some service here early in this game, was 1 for 4 prior to that play. That one, his best of the night, though. Gets him to 2 of 5 and then gets Denver on the precipice of the red zone.
Yeah, that's just one of those routes where it's right over the linebacker. The linebacker's just not able to get a hand on it. And, that's just that over-the-top route that so many teams in this league use. And it's just so dominant because, sometimes those linebackers aren't as athletic as the corners to be able to get back in coverage fast enough to make a play.
By Blanton, it was almost intercepted. Boy, there were 2 Minnesota defenders in the area, and Leathers nearly had a second, but Meerkat looked like he had a shot at it as well. Neither could come up with it, and Blanton with a near miss.
Yeah, it looked like some hot potato there with that ball, bouncing it around guys on the defense there, and my goodness, that one was close to falling into Minnesota's favor.
Shaughnessy motion to the other side. They will throw it, though. Blanton, he took too long, and he's lost 5 yards there on that play. Sack on either side of the ball now as Max Knight gets in the backfield and drops him for a loss of 5.
That's a huge play there from the defensive tackle, powering past the left guard and able to find their way to the QB. Trellis Blanton was trying to scramble, take a few steps back, try and find some room, but none at all. Max Knight blew that one up.
I've never seen an entry made so quickly into the stat sheet as that one was, but fair play. Drop back, He's gone! Picked up by Denver, they've rescued it, but it's going to be officially a loss of 15. There as it's recovered. Blanton dropped that one cold, and the offensive guard had to go all the way back there and scoop it up to save further embarrassment there, but Minnesota's defensive line cashes in there on that possession and knocks them out of field goal range.
Yeah, wow, what a turn of events there. That was the other Meerkat, Angela Meerkat. She made a huge play right there. I'd argue if Trellis Blanton was able to hold on to that ball and, not lose that extra bit of yardage and just take a normal sack, they might still be in field goal range. It'd be close at the very least, but, with how far back that fumble went and the offensive lineman falling on it, certainly pushed them out just far enough.
Yeah, I mean, they were at the 25 prior to that play, at the 20 prior to the sack, so you imagine that it would have been about a 46, 47-yard attempt from Jordan Bradshaw. That was well within his wheelhouse. And in the end, it's a punt that sets Minnesota up basically right where they were prior to their last turnover, as Colin Hart gets that carry, gets 5, so he, after a pretty rough start, has settled into this game with that long-range touchdown, now at 67 yards. On at 10 touches. Second down and short. Hand off to the short side for Isaac Knox, who gets 6.5 and a first down. Let's check in with the other game in this block back at SFL HQ.
Thank you, Jacob. 2 big games going on. This one in the north, Lexington and D.C. just before the half. Shabazz Synergy to Ronnie Shanahan for his first touchdown of the season. 21-14, Lexington on top of D.C. Back to you.
A couple of important matchups here in this block of games. Hart run outside. Colin Hart could go further. Jay Taylor trying to set the block for him. It couldn't do so, but it's still another very, very good run from Colin Hart in this Minnesota rushing attack. is starting to really settle into this contest. Another 14 yards there on that carry.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Colin Hart was dead to rights on that run, Jacob. There was just a sea of Nightwings just surrounding Colin Hart, and he just barreled through them and just continued fighting. And the blocker just out in front of him making big blocks. My goodness, what an exciting run to push him past the 50.
Reno now will throw a one-hander. They're pulled across for 9.5. There is Jay Taylor, gets his first catch of the game. It's only the 5th pass attempt from Johnny Reno and the 2nd completion. It's all been done on the ground so far with Colin Hart almost exclusively. And, I mean, he basically couldn't have been any closer to the first down marker there. Try again here, though, from short. Colin Hart continues to get some yardage as Chuck Diesel got to him early, but not early enough, and Minnesota keeps this drive going.
You know, in Denver, their rushing attack is such a focal point. But Minnesota, they're top 10 in yards per game as far as rushing goes, well above league average. And, you know, they're sneakily very good on the run game. Colin Hart being one of the best to ever do it as far as the running back position. He's showing it here.
Enough up to the 4-yard line, 40-yard game, I should say, by Isaac Knox, who is approaching 200 yards on the campaign. But you're absolutely right. I mean, Colin Hart's been doing this since the dawn of time.
Yep.
Back when he was playing in title games with Sioux Falls back in season 13. He's still doing it here 10, 12 seasons later in a Minnesota uniform. 31 yards away from scoring range. Reno, quick throw, caught, first down, and ran backwards, but they're not going to give the first down there. It's going to be hard for that one to be overturned given where he ran. Jay Taylor gets his 2nd catch. They're only going to call it 5.5.
And Parker Thomas almost made another huge play on that one. You know, almost was able to get 2 hands on that one and haul it in for another interception. But Johnny Reno threw it just hard enough to get it past the corner before they could react.
Can Denver get the stop? They send the pressure up the middle. Burgett was there first. They're going to give Hart the first down.
Yeah, that run again, just all heart, nothing but just tough physical football, just tough running. That's really all it comes down to.
25 away now. Motion receiver across. Handoff on the toss to the outside. Hart is blown up just shy of the line of scrimmage there by Lucas DeVore, who's been everywhere so far today. 2-minute warning. Score's still tied from where we were at the end of the first quarter here. Minnesota on the drive to try and change that. They've got Hart in the backfield again. Henson off to the left. Single tight end in front of them. They're going to motion Henson in as a receiver. And off outside, Colin Hart got a block, broke a tackle, and is finished up after a 6-yard pickup there. Gets him closer to the first down marker.
Yeah, and Minnesota, they have been just really, really solid in these short yardage scenarios, and they've gone to this split look a ton in the backfield, but Denver's expecting it.
And off this time, they get to it. You called it, DJ. Denver blowing that one up for a loss of 1. Chuck Diesel gets Isaac Knox behind the line of scrimmage, and Minnesota will have to settle for a 3-point advantage.
And Chuck Diesel has been all over those inside runs. All of his tackles, I feel like, Jacob, have just been right at the line of scrimmage as soon as the runner gets the ball on the inside. He's running in there like a diesel truck, like his name suggests.
It's the kick from Mickey Malillo is the separator here in this contest. A tense second half. And, well, Denver have got time here on the clock to potentially do something of their own before the half is out. They've been more favourable on the pass here, and that will be highlighted in the team stats here. Those rushing yards from Minnesota, the difference maker at the moment.
Wow, and who expected that coming into this one?
Not me, that's for sure. It's certain. Keel on the return is going to get decent yardage here, and Denver will get to start from their 30-yard line with a minute and change on the clock.
You know, and you look at this matchup as the decider of the Central. We kind of talked about that a little bit ago. And, you know, when you look at a team like Minnesota, their 2 losses, yeah, when it comes to their strength of defeat, they have the hardest strength of defeat in the entire league, Jacob. They have lost to some outstanding clubs, and, you know, their losses are not without a fight. And it's coming to show right now. They're going to have to fight.
Up the middle to O'Shaughnessy, gets 5, so no real urgency from Denver here. And yeah, you're right. I mean, you lose to the defending champions away, and then again to a 6-2 Baltimore team away, and were otherwise undefeated, including in the division. They've won 3 of their 4 division contests. This the last of the lot. To win Salmons on the outside, he's going to get a yard. There is that one is shut down by Alvarado. We'll see if Trellis Blanton takes a gamble here, or if Denver are happy to take this 1-score ball game into halftime. Matthew Alvarado continues to be a force in this game. They have got an empty back set here. Drop back by Blanton. Got good protection on the outside. No longer. Max Knight's got 2.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, I kind of think Minnesota went ahead and made the decision for him. They said, forget you trying to get some points. We're going to take our field goal lead and take it into the half. And now, you know, almost guaranteedly, you're not going to see any points get put up. Both these teams going to get to go into the half and they'll kind of recuperate and see what they can do come the second half. That'll increase their chances.
I'm sure we'll put this away. So pending a return, that's going to be your halftime score. And, they'll leave a second on the clock. One more play for Minnesota here to drop this one into halftime.
Yeah, and I imagine we're just going to see a run here. And, you know, if you're Denver, I feel like the plan is pretty clear of what you need to do coming back into the half. But, you know, it's not anything crazy. You just got to do what you've done all season and maybe just do a little bit of a better job shutting down the people on Minnesota's side who are putting a stop to it.
Check out this chat, DJ. Do you reckon Minnesota's players like Max Knight?
I think they might.
Head off up the middle to Colin Hart. That will end the half. Hart nearly eclipsed the century mark in a half of football. 15 for 96. He almost undoubtedly is your player of the half here as Minnesota leads this one here. 10 points to 7, looking to all but confirm they are the Central Division champions once more, but Denver trying to give them some late headaches here, sitting above 500. DJ Kilgannon, give me your keys to that opening half.
Well, I mean, really, Jacob, it's just Minnesota is putting up the stats that we usually see from Denver. Colin Hart is taking this game by the horns and is just running all over this Denver defense. And on the other side of that, Minnesota doing such a good job of stopping the run. Matthew Alvarado being a huge part in shutting it down. Max Knight having 2 huge interceptions. And it's just such an interesting matchup when you see these 2 squads, and how the game is, you know, regulating on the paper so far is just really entertaining to watch.
Big second half awaits, but first let's take a quick halftime break presented by Breaks GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
It's an Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Breaks GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Breaks GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community collectors on the Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner like our own DJ Kilgannon has seemingly done on the website Breaks GPT. If you turn up past the 25, there is another injury on the field, and Denver's lost another backup defender here, and Minnesota will get things started here in decent field position.
Well, yeah, you did see that, and another injury on the special teams, and you know, it's just a sign to come of this half. They're going to play some hard football, and You know, as Minnesota comes out of the tunnel and we saw that tough football be shown, I can only imagine what Colin Hart's going to do with the football in this half.
There were a couple of turnovers in that half from either squad. Obviously, Reno had the fumble and an interception as well. Denver, again, a defense that is very capable of taking the ball away, as that run only gets a yard.
Yeah, John Martin swallowed that one up. And offensive line, they completely packed the box, and they're going to go back to it, expecting to run heavily.
Short drop back from Reno. Oh, my goodness me. John Martin nearly had that one.
Yeah, almost had 6 assuredly, Jacob. I was kind of shocked he even had a hand on it. I saw him there. I just didn't think he'd have enough reaction time to get a hand up on it.
That was a huge near miss for Johnny Reno. And he gets another opportunity at it here at 3rd and long. Denver's defense locked in at the moment. That throw across the middle. Oh, man. How did Reno find Quag Mam in amongst the traffic for a first down?
Well, what a throw there from Johnny Reno, and turning that 3rd down into treasure. Finding them right in the middle of a sea of Denver defenders, and just, again, we're seeing that over the top of the linebacker pass, and it works to perfection again.
Rob Henson, Reno, you're going to kill me. You made up for it, so it's okay. It's all part of the plan here for Johnny Reno. Up the middle goes Knox. That will get 2 there as Martin again, the one there to make the play.
Yeah, and sticking to script, really. It seems like they're kind of just running until they can't right now, and trying to set up for solid runs solid passes, whenever they have to go to it.
Pressure from Denver got past. There was a good play call there in the situation, because if he ran that to the outside, he was going to get lit up like a Christmas tree. And Colin Hart instead gets 3 and makes it a semi-comfortable 3rd down and short. You know, doesn't necessarily need to force his hand too much here to get the first down. He'll drop back, protection on the outside, got pursued. It's incomplete. John Martin bit on the play, and he'll be penalized.
Yeah, that's rough, and just a little bit too physical a coverage there. Hopefully we'll get another look at it, and we will. Oh yeah, kind of impeded it for a second, and then got back in front of him right as the ball was getting there.
You can't do it, unfortunately, and E.J. Minson, the target on that occasion, gets Minnesota into Denver territory. They're 35 away from the end zone stripe. Drop back from Reno, throws, it's incomplete. And Tank Bennett gets one back there as Jason France is 0 for 2. Haven't been able to find the tight end yet in the contest.
Yeah, don't hate the play though. Trying to find your big tight end over the right shoulder and just got lit up by the safety. Yeah, like I said, I really don't hate the attempt, but that time unable to connect.
Good defense from a good defender there on that occasion. Reno a bit more pass happy though on this drive to start the half. He will drop back again here. Again, the protection was good. Throws across. Oh, Taylor in double coverage has roped that one in. And Minnesota now find themselves inside the red zone.
There we go. Able to connect over the middle again. Reno is building a house in the middle of the field right now. And again, passing it right. It's just attacking the man. Really, just connecting with your receivers in the man coverage, and they go back to it, and it connects again. And now they're back in this split look. Let's see if they're going to run out of it again.
Twins formation here, 14 yards away now. Toss play the outside, got for Knox. He will get past one. Haynes couldn't get him, and it'll be a 4-yard gain for Isaac Knox. So now finding Minnesota 10 yards away.
And that's that magic number you want on a rush. And now Denver loading that box up. They have 8 in there.
Send pressure again. They do. The middle linebacker chose to blitz. Oh, man, DeVore absolutely whacked Colin Hart for only a 2-yard gain. He's been waiting for that moment. and cashes in. And that's going to force Minnesota into a decision here. Colin Hart surpassed the century mark here in this game with plenty left in it. They'll go to a pair slot formation here. 2 tight ends down the bottom. Drop back by Reno. He's got time. Throws end zone. France could not hang on. And Denver's defense locks in there to get the stop. Lucas DeVore with back-to-back plays.
Yeah, man, he's just all over the field. Read the eyes of the QB to perfection. Kind of saw where he was going to go with it. Saw the routes develop before they even did. Sat down right in the middle of the end zone. Was able to slap that one down. A huge play there for Lucas DeVore and a great drive overall for the defender. And, you know, holding Minnesota to another field goal in the red zone.
Crucially, it keeps it within a single score here for the Nightwings. As Malillo hooks this one left to right. It's through the uprights and good. And Minnesota takes a 6-point ball game. Trick Jerseys is a veteran-owned Minnesota-based custom apparel company specializing in sportswear, headwear, and promotional products. We help you create a strong brand that your fans will love. Let's work together. Visit trickjerseys.com. Trick Jerseys, creators of awesome and the sponsors of this stadium here in St. Paul, Minnesota. The site of the location of where Minnesota will hopefully be locking in the Central Division title for their own sake, but Denver are causing them some problems here, and they'll look to get their offense back out there for the first time in the half and potentially retake the lead here with it being a 6-point margin. Single back off to the left. Blanton will throw. It's across the middle. It's incomplete. Tipped up. Meerkat was trying to chase it back there, and it's incomplete.
And trying to find the defender towards that left side, and just great coverage, just hitting the ball out as as it gets there. And, I mean, just a great play there by the defender to knock it out, and really nice hit at the point of attack.
Single back now, angled to the right. And motion Dylan Lewis across. He's yet to be targeted. As is Jay Viper. Drop back by Blanton. Oh, got the hand up. There, Meerkat. They're involved as well. And the pressure from the defensive line there is Chloe Meerkat. Gets the, it was just a challenge to determine which of the two it was. And it's the Chloe variety that gets that pass deflection there. Like, that's a huge defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Puts some pressure on Blanton here to throw. Looks outside. It's incomplete. Keel, the target. There was plenty of coverage around the area as David Leathers deflects that one away. Seemingly he's done that 15 times tonight. Yeah. And Minnesota are going to get the football back.
Yeah, and you mentioned how large of a presence Chloe Meerkat is on the defensive line. Did you see that vertical? My goodness. I mean, that had to be a good 20 inches, I'd say. My goodness. If you got someone on the line that big and that athletic, that is scary.
It's not fair. The 6'7", 335 defensive tackle can jump. She should have played basketball.
Yeah, are we sure?
Football.
Are we sure she's not supposed to be on the Timberwolves right now? I don't know what's going on, but that was some vert right there. We need her at power forward.
A few days I could use something like that, but she's choosing to play a football here at Minnesota, and the Legend to get the football back here. This could be a huge possession here for the Legend. France in motion. That could be a matchup problem on the outside for their secondary. Reno will throw. Oh, traveling. He got it out, and Parker Thomas almost had the interception. It was almost caught by Taylor. In the end, it falls to the ground.
Yeah, there were so many almost on that one. Almost had the pick, almost had the sack. I mean, kind of saw Reno roll out to his left, and the Nightwing just dove at his feet, barely missing. But thankfully for Minnesota, able to get the ball out and not take that sack.
Colin Hart motion to the backfield now. Oh, Reno, this time they got him. Sacked for a loss of 4. Chuck Diesel with the blitz up the middle collects, and it'll put Minnesota under some pressure with a 3rd and long.
Chuck Diesel has been having a really, really good game. You know, we talked about how he's been blowing up the runs at the line of scrimmage, and now getting himself involved in the sack game behind the line of scrimmage, blowing that one up completely.
Sack and 3 extra tackles for loss on the evening for him. Drop back by Reno. Pressure got there. And that one falls harmlessly to the turf. So a good response from Denver's defense. And they get off the field pretty quickly.
Yeah, and Chuck Diesel again involved in that one. And now, I mean, Denver had a really good stand. Going to have to punt now for Minnesota. And if you're Minnesota, just got to hope your defense can stay pretty stalwart right now. And both of these defenses just looking really, really good. I mean, even to Denver's defense, they let up 2 scores after the first 2 touchdowns now, Jacob, but they were able to hold Minnesota in the red zone both times. I'd say that's a win when it comes to keeping Minnesota at bay.
Keel had nowhere to go on the Malillo punt, and now with 5 1/4 left in the third, Denver have got yet another opportunity here to potentially go on a scoring drive. They need to get their offense going because you feel like they're going to be limited on opportunities here as the game winds down. You only get so many chances against this Minnesota outfit. Pressure shot up the middle, going outside here. That's a better run from O'Shaughnessy. He gets 7 on that carry. In fact, that might be his best of the evening so far. It is by a couple, and that takes him up over 20 for the afternoon.
Yeah, and we know how much these Nightwings want to run the ball, and yeah, if they are unable to score for much longer, they're going to have to rely on that pass game a little bit more than they'd like.
And off to the outside to win. Salmons is shut down. Short of the line to gain there. Jason Clay, first time we've called his name this evening, gets that tackle, and now they've got to collect here on 3rd down and short. You feel like Denver could really lock into that run game here on this position, but they got to get the 3rd down here. Mills up the middle. Mills can't get it. Got a half yard, not enough. There is this blown up by Stefan Forge against his former team, and Denver with a decision to make here. They're going to have to punt it.
Man, I don't hate the play call there, Jacob, but it seemed Minnesota was already pushing the line of, that offensive line back towards the runner before he even had the ball in his hands, and there was no room at all for them to break away, and Minnesota.
Oh, mama, it's dropped! Picked up by Denver. Jason it's off in racing inside Luis Quintana. Bye-bye. Denver have got the score they needed in the most unorthodox way you could possibly have drawn up.
What a turn of events. Luis Quintana with the scoop and the score. What a play there for Denver. And my goodness, Quagmam slipped up, dropped that one right into the hands of Luis Quintana. Oh my goodness.
Holy.
Wow.
It felt like their offense was just stifled and they were never going to get anything going. And then that happens.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it would only be this division, only this matchup to shake up some random drama. And here we are with a 1/4 remaining, and Denver have taken the lead off a fumbled punt return touchdown for Luis Quintana. And I mean, Minnesota fans don't know what to say. It's all happening here. And the Legend are going to get the football back again. Returned by Quagmam, who's got to shake that fumble off. Returned up past the 30. Oh, can she get further? Broke a tackle, and in the end was dumped by one of the secondary members, and Minnesota gets to get it back again here.
Yeah, now let's come out on this drive, wipe the ball off a little bit, and get back to it. They've been pretty steady on offense all night. You just got to kind of keep that momentum going. The run game has been really, really solid. The pass game has been there when you needed it to the people that are complete. And, he's well under 50%, but it seems like more often than not, Reno is completing on big 3rd downs when he have to. So they have the artillery to, drive down the field and get some points there.
Drop back by Johnny Reno. Pressure from Denver showing they couldn't get through. Great blocking up front. And a great throw from Reno finds Jay Taylor again. And Minnesota get right back to it.
And Jay Taylor is just such a big play threat, Jacob. Has the longest play come this season. An 83-yard touchdown, and as far as receiving touchdowns go, I should say. And The big playability is there, and Jay Taylor will take advantage of it.
Enough up the middle, gets a couple there on that occasion. As Hart back to it, shut down by Diesel. And I mean, Denver's defense has been playing out of its skin in this second half here.
Yep.
They are really trying to hold this one sturdy. And the Minnesota rushing attack hasn't quite been as noisy as it was in that opening half. Toss play to the outside. Oh, Hart got away. No, he didn't. Dumped behind the line of scrimmage. He lost the 2 that he gained on the previous play. And Denver, an opportunity to get off the field again here.
Yeah, just shutting down that run to perfection. And now, almost assuredly, we're going to see another one of these shots over the middle for Johnny Reno. See if he can make something happen.
Drop back by Reno. Waits in the pocket. Oh, man. There were 3 Denver defenders in that area. There was no chance that the receiver was going to be able to reel that one in. They had to send someone else downfield. And Denver, they get the stop again.
Yeah, Denver expecting that over the middle pass just about as much as we were up here. And they went back to the well in that time. Like we said, they just expected it and completely shut it down. What a really nice defensive drive.
It will be returned from just shy of the end zone. Nice spin move there to get away. And Logan Keel will get this one out to the 20. And Denver have got the best opportunity now to really shake this matchup up. They've got the 1-point advantage off the back of that fumble recovery touchdown. Yeah. But again, I mean, Minnesota's defense has really been the statement piece of this matchup so far tonight. Denver have got to get something going. Travis Blanton's 5 of 14. And these 2 backs that are normally outstanding are performing around average, but they haven't been used much. See if they can get going here on this possession. O'Shaughnessy on the outside. Toss play to him. And blown up. Great tackle. Right at the line of scrimmage there by Stephon Forge. Let's check back in at Lexington versus DC.
After 35 points in the first half, Jacob, none in the second half until this pick 6. Lexington gets a stop on 4th down. Cameron Shaw with a pick 6, 28-14. Lexington looking good for 5-4. Back to you.
So it transpires you in the rest of this matchup here. Throw by Blanton, it's caught. His 6th conversion of the game so far in the first for Dylan Lewis, and that gets them on the move.
Yeah, nice first completion. A really nice route, finding a lot of space over the middle, splitting it in between the linebackers and getting behind them a little bit. Great throw there from Blanton.
2 minutes left in the third. Denver with a much-needed conversion there. Give Dylan Lewis 16 on that reception. Pressure shown on the edge by Alvarado. Quick throw, and it's incomplete. Boy, Logan Keel has not had the hands out today. I think he's swapped the hands for hooves in the locker room because he's now 2 for 7. And it's another incomplete pass by Blanton.
Yeah, that's not something you're going to see every day. And, you know, just, I mean, like you said, hands for hooves, that was good. And not pulling in a lot of these ones he should.
Bunch again. Blanton will throw. This time he's wide open and caught it inside Minnesota territory. Goes Bailey O'Shaughnessy out of the backfield. And Blanton, a bit unorthodox, but gets it done again.
Yeah, not having as good of a day as we usually see from O'Shaughnessy, but they're going to get involved nonetheless. Finding him over the middle and giving him plenty of room to run to push it just past midfield now.
First catch for either of the backs there. And it gets the Nightwings inside the opposition half. Drop back by Blanton, rushed again, caught by Mosley. He's arguably been the best of the 3 receivers today. He's got another one and gets them a 2nd and 2.
Yeah, has the most yards on the team, has the most receptions, and has the longest catch as well. And Mosley's been really, really solid right now for Denver.
And off outside to Salmons, who breaks free. O'Shaughnessy in past to 25. That's his best carry so far of the evening. Bumps the average up a little bit, and this is much more like it from Denver.
Yeah, and O'Shaughnessy having a big run there, and if I'm not mistaken, with that big run, it's going to push him over a pretty big milestone in his career. Getting 37 pushes him up to 8K in his career.
Yeah, 8,000 for number 30 on the career. Handoff up the middle, 2 yards there for doing Salmons as Stefan Forge continues to make a nuisance of himself here against his former team. And we'll see one more play before the third quarter is out here. Three wide for Blanton, drop back. He throws, Keel reeled that one in. He needed that, and he's made the play, and that gets Denver a little bit closer. 3 quarters down, Denver with a 1-point lead to try and keep their plight for the Central Division title alive. And we're in for a very, very, very good fourth quarter. How many likes do we have on this video so far? It's not enough. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you've got notifications on so you don't miss a minute of SFL and SFL in action, and help the channel grow through your support. 3 wide for Travis Blanton to start the quarter. They're 12 yards away from scoring range. Draw play up the middle. Bailey O'Shaughnessy. He will get 3. There as he's wrapped up by Johnny Bravo. And interestingly, DJ, when we're used to these 2 backs going 1-for-1, O'Shaughnessy has sort of taken over this matchup tonight.
Yeah, he has, and being really, really solid right now and taking the whole width of the load right now.
2 receivers up the top again in the pass slot. They're going to run it with Salmons. He will get 2 there on that occasion. So they're just slowly chipping away at this, but this is Minnesota's opportunity to get off the field here unscathed, or relatively, with it still being a single score game. But Denver could provide a killer blow here. Single back off to the left. 3 receivers, drop back by Blanton. He's gone. Lit up in the backfield by Angela Meerkat. Huge play for Minnesota.
Yeah, what a play there to bring down the quarterback with the huge pass rush.
It's her second of the day, so she's got 3 tackles for loss. Chloe's got the big pass deflection earlier in the game, and Derek's been making plays at the back end. And collectively, it means that the Minnesota Legend are going to be able to keep this within a single score. It's an incentive bonus as well for Angela Meerkat, I would imagine, with the 2 sacks. And wow, we're in for a very entertaining final few minutes here.
Yeah, certainly spelling like it right now, Jacob.
So Minnesota to get the football back. It's a 1-score game here. Denver will be behind for the vast majority of it. And that huge recovery touchdown off the punt is what sets these 2 teams apart here, including that Jordan Bradshaw field goal. And Minnesota will try and get things going again here. And not to say that they've done anything wrong. You feel like they've been the better team here today, but find themselves behind.
Yeah.
3 wide. Colin Hart's been the star today. Henson is a receiver at the moment. He can do it all. They got 3 stacks to the top and France down the right at the bottom. Short throw, it's caught. That's going to be a gain of 8 there for Jay Taylor, who actually leads this receiving core today in targets and receptions. That's his 5th of 6 targets for 59 yards.
Yeah, that motion across the field helping clear up that short pass right over the middle.
2 yards required for the first down. This is the first of the carry of the drive for Colin Hart, and he gets the first. He nearly broke that one off. Wouldn't that have been a sight? And instead, it's a solid chunky yardage there, and keeps Minnesota going in the right direction.
Yeah, that one was scary for a second. Nearly blew a big one open.
34 away from their own goal line. Pressure shown on either side here by Denver. Diesel has been all over the backfield today. Toss play outside. Broke a tackle, not the second. Hugo dumping the running back behind the line of scrimmage. It's his third, in fact, for a loss.
Yeah, that one just Did a good job breaking the first tackle, but found nothing but a big defender there to stop him shortly after.
And now Reno will go to the air. He rushes, look out. He broke the tackle. Oh, not the second. He might have gotten a couple of yards out of that. He was nearly sacked and then just somehow disappeared and got a couple in the end, but it forces them into a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, not a huge rush, but better than the Reno fumble we saw previously, Jacob, able to hold on to that one.
That's what happened the last time Johnny Reno ran the football willingly. He will do it again here and has got a chunky yardage, not quite enough for the 1st down there for Johnny Reno. And Minnesota are going to have to punt this one away here, DJ. Denver, this is their chance. If they take it, it could be bye-bye. If they don't, Minnesota can hang around and potentially steal it from them at the last moment.
Yep.
Huge. This is the drive here that really decides the game, you'd imagine.
Yeah, and with how good... with how good they are when it comes to the run game, they could easily just chew the clock once they get the ball back. But they haven't been the same as far as the run game goes tonight. I think we've all seen that.
There's a bad matchup for this Denver unit offensively. It is Minnesota. I mean, they rank 5th in rushing yards allowed per game. It's under 100 here, and they've kept them within 80 today. First run of the drive. That's going to gain nothing there as the tackle is made at the line of scrimmage by Jubilee Marsh, and they're going to have to require more of that here if they are to get their defense off the field one more time.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Denver, I think continue to mix it up like you have been, because that's what's getting you down the field.
They can't possibly run it here unless Blanton checks it down here on this play. He will drop back and bye-bye again! He's gone one more time, and Blanton loses 4 on that play. It looked like Meerkat has a 3rd.
Goodness gracious, what a hard hit. Completely bottling it up, and talk about making a big play to keep hope alive for your squad.
It's Angela's 4th tackle for loss and her 3rd sack. And they will go back to the 5 wide here. Minnesota can feel it. Drop back by Blanton. Pressure was there again. He throws across. Oh, what a throw. Ooh. Jeremy Mosley gets 18, and Denver stay on the field.
Yeah, Mosley having another huge play there, and thankfully for him, he has been very, very solid, especially over the middle. He's been pretty much a surefire target right now. 4 for 6, having a really solid night with the most yards on the squad.
There you go. He had 4. He was 1 of 5, and then went 4 straight completed passes for Trellis Blanton. Viper moved across in motion. Drop back again by Blanton. Pressure was there. Throw to the backfield's caught by O'Shaughnessy. He will get a couple as he is dumped out of bounds by Stefan Forge, who's still trying to have his moment here in this game. It's again, they've been stingy against the run. They nearly had to stop on the last possession. And you got to remember, importantly, field goal is not the end of the world here. That's the major point here. Is that still keeps it within a single score, but time shouldn't be an issue either. Here they got 4 wide and Ari Mills in the backfield seemingly. Keel is in motion. Does Blanton drop back? He does. Salmon's running around the outside. Beautiful throw again. The touch on that one was gorgeous. And Marquis Sango has his 2nd catch of the game and a 1st down as well.
Yeah, a lot of people in the area there for Minnesota, but Reno, fantastic throw. Blanton, fantastic throw where it needed to be to complete the pass.
Fresh set of downs there inside Minnesota territory now. Blanton's got a single back on the outside. Toss play to O'Shaughnessy. There it is. Stefan Forge, tackle for loss.
Yeah, Forge has been a menace. And a huge play there, shutting down O'Shaughnessy behind the line of scrimmage.
We're waiting for him to do something down the clutch here against his former ball club, and that's the moment right there. Sends them backwards. Blanton now forced into a throw. It's all bobbled, and Jubilee Marsh went for the man. He probably had an interception there right in his mitts, and he misread it.
Yeah, just unable to haul it in, and gosh, you need that one if you're Minnesota, but you have to make a big play here and shut them down to get the ball with just around 4 minutes left to try and make a comeback.
Here's the moment. It's the second time Denver have been forced into a 3rd down and long. Last time he converted to find Jeremy Mosley. Can he do it again here? Trellis Blanton. Pressure sent at him. Throws. It's incomplete. Crucial deflection by Derek Meerkat.
Yeah, that was huge there for them. Able to make the stop, and now they are going to get the ball back. There is still a chance in Minnesota.
And again, it was Mosley who was targeted on that 3rd down and long. That time, Minnesota responded. And Bradshaw will try and get this one in the corner. Does he get a kind bounce? He does! Oh, man, Jordan Bradshaw. That is incredible.
Wow. Wow. What a special teams play, and that arguably could be one of the biggest plays of the game. That could set up Denver for something huge right now.
They've got a long way to go now. Spread receivers 2 yards off of their own goal line. Handoff up the middle, hard blown up at the line of scrimmage there. Jimmy Burgett, the rookie, making the play.
Oh, there we go. And, you know, keeping them close to the end zone right now is Denver, and that's got to be scary if you were Minnesota on the other side.
Split Twins here. Danger time here for Minnesota. Got to be careful with your play calls here. Henson is motioned outside. They surely run it again here. They will up the middle. And again, they get pressure there. He loses a yard there, Isaac Knox.
Oh, no.
And, I mean, what do you do here? Do you take the gamble, or do you just basically back your defense to get a very quick stop again?
God, it's so risky.
This could be anything here. He's got 4 receivers out there, Johnny Reno. Handoff on the outside. Did they catch them off guard? They didn't. And Denver have got a huge stop there. And they will be able to get off the field thanks to a Luke Schreiner. And worth noting, I understand the play call. You get the 4 wide out there. You hope you trick the secondary into playing off. And Denver responds perfectly. And my God, they're going for the 4th down and long. Here we go.
Here we go.
In the shotgun is Reno. He tosses it to the outside. Isaac Knox with work to do. Tries to lower the shoulder. He's a couple yards shy. Denver might have the win locked up. Hugo Reynosa has had a huge evening here.
Wow. I mean, what do you think
Chased him
about
from
that?
behind.
That's such a risky play call, and it doesn't work out. I mean, it's just such a hard decision to make in that spot.
They opted to not throw. I mean, surely at that point you kind of just have to punt it. But they backed Isaac Knox, and he couldn't quite get the job done. Huge play from Hugo Reynosa on the goal line there to make it happen. Now the run outside. Denver looking to ice the cake here. Bailey O'Shaughnessy with a 4-yard run. And they are now 5 away from the game set bingo.
Yeah, now all they got to do is put some more points on the board, get in the end zone, and this one is assuredly going to be close to all she wrote.
Joker's formation here. They will wind this one all the way down to the 2-minute warning. Does Denver have the ability to make this one finish off, or does Minnesota have one more trick up their sleeve here? It would take something of a miracle here for the legend to get out of this. Offset eye, Mills with Salmons in front of him. Salmons runs forward and gets the push. Denver are going to equal the legend with 2 weeks to go for either team. Game, set, bingo. The Nightwings have pulled the upset on the road.
Wow. What? Just an interesting close of that game. One of the best punts I've ever seen. Such a clutch punt there, punting them down at the 2-yard line. Minnesota, they go for it. on 4th and a mile to try and pick it up, and it sets Denver up in the best field position anyone's ever seen. And they just punch it in. My goodness.
It's an 11-score margin. I mean, I understood the call on the 3rd down and long when you just say, well, let's see if we can catch a secondary off guard, but you're not going to do it twice because, and it was a toss out of a shotgun formation. It was just all over the shop. And we'll see. It would require a very quick touchdown here from Minnesota and then a forthcoming onside kick to save this one now. Denver's defense has stood tall here on the road. Just under the 2 minutes to do it. 3 timeouts. Throw is caught. 12-yard pickup. They will not go into the hurry up just yet. They'll burn one of their timeouts and will reset the formation.
Yeah, not a bad start, but you still have a lot of field to make up, and using one of your timeouts early, and you got an extra one in your back pocket with the 2-minute warning coming up.
3 wide here. Short throw by Reno. It's incomplete. I was looking for Menson and just overshot that one, and it falls away, but no harm, no foul. Allows them to reset if they want to. You suspect that they will go into no huddle on the next play that's completed inside the field of play. Especially in this formation, he trips to the bottom. Drop back by Reno. Throws to the flats, is caught by Quigman. That's going to be a 4-yard gain. They will call their second timeout and reset again. I feel like they've got to draw off something a bit more aggressive than that late in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Just playing it really safe right now is Minnesota. They throw it to the flat there and, try and leave a little bit of room to play with after the catch, but nothing coming to fruition. You got to see a little bit more aggressiveness from Minnesota.
3 wide here again. Drop back by Reno. Throw it over the top. It's caught. And that will force the final timeout from Minnesota. Deezer Powell with his first reception of the game. And that creeps Minnesota inside Denver territory. I'd hate to have called this one too early. You felt like with 2 minutes left it was a task too tall, but perhaps not, depending on how these next couple of plays look. They've got to be quick about it now because they have no timeouts left.
Yeah.
Short drop back. That's caught by Powell again. That's going to be an 8-yard gain. They can't time out now. They will have to go back to the line of scrimmage quickly. They're 42 away from the goal line. Drop back by Reno. Short throw. It's caught again. Powell caught at the ankles. Got away from Barker Thomas. And with 1:20 remaining, they'll go back to the line again. Another short drop back. It's caught. And Denver gets this tackle, but it's an 8-yard gain through the air. Reception there on the play for Quigman. Now another drop back here for Reno. Throws across. It's caught by Jason France. His first of the evening. They're 15 away.
They're rolling now.
Drop back by Reno. Throw in. End zone. It's plucked away by Chuck Diesel.
My goodness. Oh, finally give you a chance to breathe, Jacob. My goodness. And what a play there from Denver. Able to break that one up in the end zone. And now Minnesota, they get to reset, kind of take a better look at things now, and they're going to have to score quick.
Twins up to the top here. They need 9 yards. Throw, touch, incomplete. Got it over the top. Ted Haynes with a crucial deflection. Minnesota's got 2 more shots at it here.
Yeah, Haynes able to get his hand on that one and bat it away. And, like you said, 2 shots to do it. Their only 4th down attempt of the day was, backed up to the back of their end zone, and they weren't able to convert now. Making it pretty close to a second if they can't convert here.
3 wide here. Taylor moves across the motion. Drop back by Reno. Pressured. It's through hands and incomplete. Not the end of the world for Denver, but an opportunity to ice the game away. Missed there by John Martin. And this is the play here. convert and you keep it alive.
Oh,
and they're going to kick the field goal. Okay, so we're going to get a guaranteed score. You feel off Mickey Malillo, and then an onside kick here to go for the touchdown on the next drive.
Ooh,
right to left, it's good, and they pull it back within 8, so they need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here to tie it.
Wow, how exciting. It's going to come down to the wire, and all will be for naught if they are not able to recover this onside kick.
So this is the ball game now. Can Malillo be the hero? It's fumble, it's picked up!
Oh my
God. The legend have got it, Jason France!
Oh man. Jacob, I hope we didn't call it too early. There's a chance in Minnesota.
Hey, don't put it all on, don't say we. That was all me that did that. I'll take full flack for that, because the legend have made something of this. They couldn't possibly do it. They made one of the most questionable calls this season on their own 2-yard line, and you thought it was gone, and now they've got a shot at it. Throw, it's caught, and Taylor, who has been a menace tonight, he gets a good chunk of yardage. They're straight away in Denver territory.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
spiked by Reno. 27 left.
Oh, goodness, Jacob. We are coming down to the wire.
They've got the players to do it, and there's no doubt about it. Deezer Powell's good for a late strike. You feel it would be fitting for Taylor to potentially do it. Throw, it's caught. That's Minson. He gets 7. You feel they're not going to have many opportunities to roll the spike out. They potentially call a play here. They got 17 left. That was slow. And they got the spike away again here. Reno, they've got to draw something up here very quickly.
Yeah, now it's all or nothing. You just need 3 yards. Goodness gracious.
4th and 3. They got to keep the drive alive with a conversion past the yellow stripe. But a bigger play really needed with the time left. It's caught in between a pair of defenders. My goodness, quick man. And now they've got to get it up quickly. 7 seconds left. Reno's trying to get the snap off. He will, and with 3 left, they spike. They need a 25-yard touchdown to take this to overtime.
Goodness gracious, Jacob. It is going to come down. This is very doable. Very.
Here's your ball game. Reno with 3 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Denver in the prevent. Reno drops back, airs it out, inside the end zone. Caught! Taylor inside the end zone. They've got the 2-point conversion to send it to OT.
Jay Taylor making the play of the night and securing himself a legend in Minnesota. What a play, what a catch, and it comes down to 2 yards, 2 points to tie it up.
Jay Taylor, the man of the hour. They've got one more play to get through and we go to an extra period. They couldn't possibly do it. Reno to drop back. Throw end zone. It's incomplete. Denver gets the hold and the win at the last play. Minnesota made everything of it and they come up a play short.
Oh my goodness, Jacob. How heartbreaking for Minnesota. But what a game. What else did we expect from these 2 central juggernauts?
And it ties them up at 5 and 3 apiece. Denver, a potential chance of taking the Central Division, a title they've not held, since season 16, and it confirms their best winning record since season 18. And the Nightwings give themselves every chance of running homes with a storm here upcoming. They got 4 games left each, and it's anyone's game here in the Central.
What a game. My goodness, it's a jump ball right now for the Central Crown, and these 2 juggernauts are going to be fighting for it the rest of the way.
Denver takes on Atlanta next week at home. Minnesota stays right here to take on the Bossier City Steamers. If you're looking for more football, we've got it upcoming on the very next game block. 2 more games for you scheduled. Vancouver will head to Los Angeles and Pittsburgh will head to Queen City. Right here on the Virtual Football Network.